Hi everyone, welcome back to Planet Jayy. My name is Jay, and today I have a pick a card reading for you. Today we're going to be looking at your natural skills and talents and your path to abundance and success. So, how are these natural skills and talents going to lead you to having a happy, successful life? We have three cards to choose from. Card number one is the Page of Pentacles, card number two is the Two of Pentacles, and finally, card number three is the Sun card. So choose whichever cards you feel drawn to, and I'll see you in your reading. In the extended, I'll be looking at your incoming blessings that are coming soon. This is really going to be speaking about your life path, period. But in the extended, we'll be looking at what your blessings are soon. And that's linked below. Thanks for watching. If it resonates, give it a like and come back for another one on my channel. I'll give you about 10 seconds to choose your card. Okay. Hi, card number one. Welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be looking at your natural skills and talents and what abundance it's going to bring into your life, what success it's going to bring into your life, and how you can use these skills to, manifest the things that you want. Okay, so I'm going to put the card right here just so we know which group we're on. Yeah. And where's the number one? Over here. Okay. So you chose the Page of Pentacles, but I actually have some blind pulls here, and then we'll be doing shuffles in the extended. Okay, so card one, we're just going to start you at 1 minute. So we have the Eight of Cups, letting go. Wow, the Nine of Cups, laziness. And isolation. The Three of Swords. Wow. So what are you naturally talented at, and how is this going to help you get to abundance and success? We've got Sunstone. Wow. Okay. Rhodochrosite. I really like this crystal. Stromatolite. Okay. The Hierophant. The Fool. And finally, the Six of Swords. Card number one is somebody who isn't going to abandon their principles just because. So I also heard that you're very loyal and you're a very dedicated person. But your talent and your skill is that you know when it's time to walk away for healing. So you know how like some people, they could be, just a random example, right? Some people could be an athlete or they could have an injury of whatever kind, right? And instead of tending to that injury and healing that injury before continuing on, so they don't damage their potential for good, they still keep pushing and they end up putting themselves in a really difficult spot that's almost irreversible, right? But you are not that type of person. It doesn't even have to be with injuries. You could take this as you don't push arguments too far to a point where there's no coming back, or whatever. But your skill and your talent is when enough is enough. You know when it's time to take a pause. You know when it's time to let things settle. You know when you need to walk away for your own good, even if it hurts, even if it's not what you expected, even if it disappoints somebody else. Your talent as well is that you are a leader. Your emotions cause you to take lead and initiative in your own life, whereas with other people, it takes over them in a negative way. It makes them feel like they can't do anything. With you, I'm getting your natural talent, and once you start to leverage this, if you're not already, is to heal yourself, to bring warmth to yourself. I heard to get back up and start kicking again. Yeah. So your other natural talents, Nine of Cups, it's your positivity and your optimism. That is a natural talent. There are people in the world where they have to actually work to, be optimistic with their thoughts. It's work for them for so many reasons. And with you, you can do this naturally. It's also the way that you communicate. The way you express yourself is a natural talent. It's free. It's all in. It's a take me or leave me sort of thing. And that's actually very likable. So this is a skill and talent that will help you in life, I feel. Mhm. Nine of Cups to the Fool. You're the type of person where it's like you'd rather say, I tried it than you didn't. You'd rather say, I tried it and it didn't work than, what if? So, this is a natural talent of yours to just kind of be able to throw yourself into something instead of hesitating and being happy to do so, feeling excited to do so, because on the other side, there could be something you really want in your desires. So, your natural talent is to never really forget about where you want to be in life and also to maintain a sort of youthfulness to you, maintain this mentality where, but what if it does work out? What if they are good for me? What if blah, blah, blah? Where most people lose that after they come out of their childhood, because of the things that they've been through or the disappointments that they may have experienced. You're not like that. Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Isolation, Three Swords. Instrumental light. Okay, so this crystal right here is connected to your root chakra. Okay. The root chakra is all about our security, our humility, how grounded we can be as a person. And you're very connected with that. So your natural skill and talent is that fear, anxiety, stuff like that. It's not that you're immune, but it's that they don't. It's like you transmute it. Yeah. So there was another group that we did the other day where they got a similar message to this, where it's like it's not that you don't feel anything at all. It's more so like I'm seeing somebody kind of burst through a force field, or kind of make that final or first push that really sets the stage for you and like your own success and your own abundance. I feel like in this group, yeah, your natural skills and talents, and I'm really excited to do the extended for this group because I really feel like it'll be like a confirmation for this group rather than a surprise, because I feel like a lot of the things that I've already mentioned so far in this reading, but you'll be excited to hear that extra confirmation for maybe the things that you've been, hoping will eventually pay off for you to receive later on. But the extended is going to be about what's coming towards you soon. So I think that that'll be a really nice reading for the members on Patreon. Used with daily meditation can reconnect you back to Mother Earth. What's your natural skill and natural talent? I heard your natural skill and talent is that you don't have to do too much to find solutions. Yeah. You don't have to ask 80 million different people to get something done. You can do a lot of things on your own. So I heard you save a lot of things. Like you're the type of person to come to avoid a mistake, to mitigate, things. Whereas other people, they're good at doing damage control, after what's been said and done has already happened. You're somebody that can help prevent those things. And the way you handle those situations is just like it's still really happy. So like for example, and how like when you get on a plane, right? And they give you that little rundown on how you have to wear the mask and like blah 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 if the plane was to go down, right? And it's like the most depressing, for some, scary fucking part of the whole experience. But it's really important, people need to know it. And it really can help, keep you safe, or stop something really terrible from happening to you in case of emergency. You're the type of person where it's like if you had to give some sort of advice about something so serious, it's like people would listen to you and it would actually spread a lot of knowledge because of the way you carry yourself and the way that you express yourself, no matter what you're talking about. So yeah, this is a really like beautiful skill and talent that you have. And I think that you pull a lot of people in with your energy, but then when they get to know you or just, interact with you more, listen to you more, they see that you have a lot of strong principles, and that you really do help yourself in so many ways. You're not asking for any handouts. You just have so many natural talents and a nice positivity to you. And that's really a big part of it, when it comes to manifesting the things that you want and taking things day by day with this Page of Pentacles card that you've got. I'm really getting your ability to do this, and then your ability to use your own resources, use your background skills and knowledge and things to, like I said, avoid issues and stuff like that is a really big talent and skill of yours that most people don't have. So yeah, your extended is going to be super dope, just like all the other ones, and I hope to see you there. The link for that is in the description box below. Now we're going to move on to card number 2. Card number 2. Show me card number 2. Okay. I'm going to put the timestamp in the chat for card number 2 right now. And you guys chose this Two of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to start you guys in about 20 seconds. Spirit, please tap me into card number 2. Card number 2. What is card number 2 naturally talented at, and how will they reach abundance and success from these talents and skills? Welcome to your reading, card number 2. My name is Jay, and today I'm going to be looking at you, your awesome traits and skills, your superpowers, and how they're going to help you reach abundance and success in your own life. So this is meant to boost your confidence, and it's also meant to help you see what skills you might be able to leverage to get to where you want to be in life. So we've got, oh wow. Okay, so you got the Fool as well. Card number 2, your first card is the Fool. Wow, the Hermit, another major arcana. Aries and Virgo energy is coming out. Knight of Swords. I got a little bit of grace there. I don't know why. Knight of Swords. Okay. Heliotrope. Okay. Amazonite. Nice. And Barrel. Hi, thanks so much for watching, you guys. We've got the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I was really getting that with you. Nice. The High Priestess. Okay. This group is nice. And the Seven of Cups. Yep, I get this. Okay. So, what's really great about you, and like this is actually a skill and a talent, is that you're not easily read. So this would really resonate, I guess, with people that are in some sort of like competitive field or something like that. Like especially, I'm not getting that, you know, you have to be for that to resonate, but I'm getting something like people might try to shake you up or kind of like get you off your game sometimes, whether this is out of jealousy, whether this is just like people are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs around you or whatever. But it's like those things don't even touch you. And even on the outside, even if they did on the outside, it's like you always look so sturdy, even if you don't feel like you do. You look so sturdy on the outside. And like this is a skill and a talent of yours. Some of you guys practice this, like carrying yourself a certain way, you know, maintaining certain posture, you know, not saying too much or whatever. Some of you guys, you've actually, you know, worked and honed in on this, you know. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is just like your natural resting, if that makes sense. Yeah. Heliotrope. This stone is a bloodstone, and it's meant to cleanse negative energy in your blood. So by doing this, it grounds you, it gets rid of any anger or resentment that might be in your heart, in your energy, and it throws this calming effect over you. So it prevents you from getting too irritated or too impatient. So your skill and your talent is maintaining your composure. So some of you guys, you have really strong coping strategies, or maybe you're just really great at staying present and like in the moment. Maybe you're really great at reading between people's lines and like calling people's bluffs and like bullshits and just like being able to tell who has good intentions and who doesn't. So it's really easy for you to stay calm in situations because you know that. You know what I mean? This is a skill. This is a talent. Not everybody's is great at this. You know, some people might even know that people are trying to punk them, but because their anger or their resentment or, you know, whatever gets in the way, they lose their cool and they lose opportunities or blah, blah, blah. And you're like, you're just not like that at all. In fact, I feel like for this group, you might have certain people challenge you, but it's because they're really trying to see what you're worth. You know what I mean? But it will later lead to respect. And then these people probably helping you out later down the line. So this is a skill and a talent of yours, because it's going to lead you to, you know, being in some sort of like exclusive, I don't know, exclusive, meaning not everybody can get this. Not everybody is rewarded with this. Not everybody gets to see what this is like. You'll have a lot of experiences that are, you know, not something people feel or, you know, go through every day. But it's going to feel good, those experiences. So whether that is something that's making you happy, certain amount of money, places where you get to travel, I don't know. But I'm seeing something about exclusivity, and it's all because of your ability to, I heard one, not let things linger, but it's not even about that, because it's like the fact that they don't even really get there to begin with. Nothing can linger if it's never really quite touched you. You know what I mean? It's like people standing outside your porch or standing outside your acres, but not on your properties like that. It's like people can never quite touch you. They can never really get that close because they'd have to know a little bit more. You know what I mean? This is a skill. This is a talent. What else? Amazonite. filter out that pollution, open up your throat and heart chakra. So your heart chakra is linked to, you know, how open-hearted you can be, your tolerance and your serenity again. So yeah, this Amazonite crystal is really resonating with the fact that, you know, the everyday things that we go through, the everyday stresses, traffic, rude people for no reason, unhelpful customer service people, mean family members, whatever it is that people go through every fucking day, that just is, you know, so drowning out. You know what I mean? It's like you have such a strong throat and heart chakra that I feel like you can remain calm and like in your own little bubble, in your own little world. And it benefits you. So maybe when you were a child, you know, people used to say that you might have been like dumb or something like that because of this, but I heard not at all. It's your ability to really protect yourself. Yeah, protect yourself and your energy. It's so natural. Yeah. But I'm getting this really comes into play when it comes to people's words and the way that people just throw words around without quite knowing the meaning behind that. But you know that. You know that. You know, like there's some people, they're like, no, I'm not even going to say this word because I know the energy behind that. I know what it carries and I don't want to bring that towards my life. I don't want to speak down on so and so or this or that when I don't know enough about it or when, you know, it's none of my fucking business because you know what energy that brings. So not only do you protect yourself, but it's like you're very wise. You know what I mean? So the things that people take for granted when it comes to the things that they say and they do, whether they're good or bad, it's like you're not in that boat. You're not. You're very careful, very intentional. Yeah. So again, the natural things that, you know, drown out most people, it doesn't with you because you have this way of filtering out the bullshit. You can see, you can speak your truth. But I feel that for the most part, you don't feel the need to. You don't feel the need to impress or explain or, you know, help people when they fucked you over one too many times. Like I'm getting somebody who really is just like comfortable, like I said, in their own space, in their mind, understanding themselves. It's not about, you know, if another person cares about this or sees you in this way. No, because you're in your own lane. You don't really, you're very self-reliant. Yeah. Aloneness. Yeah. Your skill and your talent is your independence, 100%. Card number one, I was getting a lot of like networking coming through because of how likable they were. And you are a likable person, but it's like you're also fucking intense. And it's like, you know, not everybody can hang in your boat, like I said. Seven of Cups, fighting, which is the Knight of Swords and Beryl. This Beryl crystal is all about your ability to have courage and take initiative in your life, to believe in yourself, to attract love and maintain that. And I feel like you maintain love within yourself. Mm. Opening your mind to understanding true love. Mm. Mm. Your skill and your talent is Seven of Cups. I heard you have strong visualization skills. So you might have a really strong memory. Your ability to remember things, that's a really strong skill. So I don't know if you remember certain data, statistics, numbers, facts, or whatever, but it's like you use them. You can use those. Some of you guys, you're really, hmm. Yeah, I'm getting there. I guess there could be two groups here. You know, some of you guys where you were like very book smart, and others of you, your memory helps you in like a more street smart way. Hmm. But as you guys get older, I heard, as you guys get closer to your abundance, you'll blend both. Mm. Mhm. Your strength and your talent is your ability to defend yourself. Yeah, honestly, and to defend the truth, even if it leaves you in your own boat. You know what I mean? So some of you guys, that might be how you get to your wealth and your abundance. Is you're in some sort of situation where, you know, bringing some sort of truth or, you know, staying in this energy actually will benefit you in a big way. You probably have always felt this. One wrong person is going to cross you or some blah, blah, blah. And you're going to be in the right place at the right time, or you're going to know the right things in the right, you know, whatever. And it's going to lead you to something. Yeah. But I also heard it's like your courage to speak up or your courage to, I heard not live in ignorance. Yeah. This group is not ignorant at all. You know a thing or two. But it's not apparent on the outside. And that's a skill. That's a talent of yours. Because I feel like a lot of you guys could mask, or a lot of you guys could, you know, kind of like blend in for a little bit. I heard for a little bit until you're ready to go. Mm. I heard your skill and your talent is that you don't get too emotionally attached either, and you're not super sensitive. You have a very thick skin. Mm. That's a skill and a talent. I'm excited to see what your blessings will be. because I actually feel like, weirdly enough, it's going to bring a lot of like relationship blessings to you, because this card here is talking about love. And I think that's the one thing that you truly deserve, but you deserve more of it. And love can come in many forms. Just think about Venus, right? Planet Venus and all the things that it encompasses. It encompasses the arts, it encompasses sculptures. And, I guess if you wanted to include that, like a big part of like museums and like the way we learn communications and like how we make that shit pretty, but also like money and, again, abundance and self-love and self-care, all of those things all mixed up in one, in just one planet, in one whatever body. And I feel like you're going to be blessed in a lot of Venusian ways. Venus is all about what's natural too. So I feel like, yeah, your natural skills are really going to pay off. Wow, I like this group. I can't wait for the extended Knight of Swords. You kind of, this could be the group of people where it's like you're fun and light, but you also get off this energy of like, I would never want to cross them though, and that's a skill and a talent. So I'm going to pick up these cards now, and I'm going to move on to card number 3. If that resonated, give it a like. Come back for another one on my channel. I would love to see you here again. Someone here could have Scorpio or Pisces in their chart. You don't have to, but that just came through as well. Okay. Let's move on. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's move on now to card number 3. Card number 3 is the Sun card. So let me put the timestamp in the chat real quick. Card 3. We're going to start in 30 seconds. I'm just going to get a sip of water real quick, okay? Okay. Okay, Spirits, have me into card number 3. The Sun card group, and what their natural skills and talents are, how they can leverage these to reach success and abundance in their life, whatever that looks like for them. Clear and concise messages, please. And I hope to see you guys in the extended. Hi, card number 3. We're going to be looking at what you're great at naturally and how this is going to bring success and wealth to you, or abundance, whatever that looks like for you. So you chose the Sun card, and let's look at what card you got. In the extended, we'll look at your incoming blessings coming soon, okay? This is more so going to be talking about your life path and over the span of your entire life. So we got the 4 of Cups, turning in. Wow, the Star card, silence. I love the way that these colors on these 2 cards are like matching each other. I'm going to show you guys next to each other. You see like the way that the colors blend in a way? I like that. Anyway. Mind. This is the Page of Swords. So we have the 4 of Cups, the Star card, and the Page of Swords. Pegmatite. Amber. Hi guys, thanks so much for watching. Malachite. Six of Cups. Oh, that's cute. This is the only group that got the 6 of Cups so far. The Empress as well. Wow. Ooh, this extended is going to be so lit. I haven't decided if I'll do the extended tomorrow morning or if I'm going to film it tonight, like right after this, to keep the juices, flowing. But I have it linked. The Moon. Oh my gosh. You got the Sun and the Moon. Ooh, this group is... Wow. Okay. So what are your natural skills and what are your natural talents? In card number 3, the Sun card, people. You have a very specific vibe to you. So this could be your style. This could be your way of speaking. This could be your slang. It could be because of a specific place where you're from. Like maybe the place where you're from, they have a specific accent or, culture or tradition or whatever. But this is like a skill and a talent, because I heard the natural mannerisms and stuff that you have, because of that, it benefits you. I'm going to figure out how in just a second. But it's making me feel like the reason why is because it makes you come off as like really genuine. It makes you come off as someone memorable as well. So like when you go for interviews or when you're meeting people for the first time, the impressions that you make on people are strong, but they're also pleasant. Mm-hmm. Pigmentite. It reaches into your spiritual self and can bring a hidden. So funny. That crystal actually talks about bringing out hidden spiritual self, your hidden spiritual self, your hidden talents and skill sets. It brings them to the surface, ones that you didn't even know about. So that's reminding me of the. Is it trine? Is it the trine aspect? Or is it sextile? No, it's trine. It's trine. Yeah. So when you look at a natal chart, the natural trine aspects, meaning there would be like this sort of angle in between. Well, it's more complicated than that, but it's a specific angle that connects, two astrological bodies. So let's say you wanted to look at the moon and planet Venus in a natal chart or whatever. If they had a trine, then you would be seeing a lot of natural ways that both of those planets and the expression of those planets in someone's natal chart blend to benefit that person or that individual. So let's say someone has a moon in Scorpio. They're super intense, but they're emotionally intelligent and they have a really unique way of almost manipulating other people's emotions to feel them. But then if it's, like trine aspect to their Venus or whatever, then this makes them be someone that has like a really strong influence over, people in their personal life, in their romantic life. And if you want to extend it to the other parts of Venus with money, blah, 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 then, wow, the sky's the limit for that person, right? So you could be a very influential person if you wanted to. I also heard something about your skill and talent when it comes to you being a good person. I do feel like you're a good person in this group. You could also be an emotional person. You could be a feeler. hmm That's very apparent. So some people, they don't wear their heart on the sleeve. Like card number 2, I wasn't getting that they wear their heart on their sleeve. Even if they were an emotional person, people couldn't read them. Even if they wanted to be read, they couldn't. It was just who they were, right? But this group, you're different. I think people can tell that you're a good person. People can tell that you don't want to, have any sort of like negative, stuff, especially not, being caused by you. People can tell that. So I think that how this is a natural skill and talent for you and the way that you carry yourself is that, other people don't view you as inadequate. They don't doubt you. And I feel like a lot of people would want to lift you up because they think that you're a beautiful person. You have a really nice heart in this group. And I feel like a lot of the time, especially when we get older, we're told that like being a good person, having a good heart isn't going to get you anywhere, blah, blah, blah. But, blase, blase. I don't think that that's true. I do feel like there are places in the world, and, if you set yourself up correctly to be in the right place at the right time for certain opportunities, you being a good person will pay off. You just have to put yourself around the right people. And I think for you, the right people will gravitate towards you. That's how you'll get to your wealth and your success, your abundance or happiness, whatever that looks like, is because after a certain point, when you've washed away everything, when you found your internal inspiration, when you've gotten a hold over your emotions, it's like you'll see that the right people will be gravitating towards you with the right intentions to build you up and help you get to where you want to be, because that's who you are. Very special person. I think that it's a natural talent of yours. You could be extremely creative. I heard creative. There are a lot of ways to be creative, but I am getting that there are some people here that could sing, be natural talents when it comes to music, or, I don't know. I heard the sky's the limit in this group. I also heard you're very technical with what you're good at too. So you know how like some people can be good singers, right? But there are opera singers, okay? There are blues singers, there are baritone singers, there are sopranos, like, you know what I mean? Specialties, like, oh, I sing very fucking high, or no, I can hit those low notes that the piano does that you didn't even think was real. Like, yeah, I can do those. Like, those are specific skills, technical skills, and I feel like you have a few. I heard a few technical skills that over this lifetime you will hone in on, and that will help you too. Silence, the star. Some of you guys, you're just a joy. You're a joy. When you walk into a room, the energy gets brighter, it gets better. Like you shine. Some of you guys, you have a really nice smile to you, or like So yeah, some of you guys, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. You could just be naturally like very attractive, and I'm not getting like, I'm not talking about like sexy, You could be, but I'm getting more like goddess, like God, like whoa, like this is a really different type of beauty, like a different type of gorgeous person, and like that, that definitely helps. Don't get me wrong, that definitely helps. Tree sap from amber, thousands of years. Its warm, fiery color brings on feelings of peacefulness and inner warmth. Okay, so that's a skill and talent of yours, is that you can make people that are different feel comfortable, feel like they're not different, feel like they belong. This is a skill and talent of yours, because maybe that means that you could get into big industries and I don't know, join corporations if you want to go like that. Maybe that means that you could do some sort of like counseling or social work, and that would benefit in that way. Maybe you are a manager and you just have to work with different types of people, and you got to make sure that the schedule is right. I don't know, but I'm just seeing your ability to make a lot of people feel comfortable, heard, safe, understood, and also like they can blend well with other people even though there are like hella differences. That's a skill. And boy, oh boy, that is something that you can leverage. So I heard something about you, like your skills are like wide, like they could be used for a wide array of, I guess, paths to success. Oh wow. Wow. Inner warmth, grounding energy, your ability to look inward. Okay, so that's another thing too in this group, is that you're a very self-reflective person. You have the ability to stop and take responsibility for your own actions, your own feelings, and a lot of people can't do that. So I heard a skill and a talent of yours is that you probably have always been very like naturally mature, or on the path to that. There are some people, and it's just true, like their family, their own family or whatever, will be like, oh, they're never going to grow up, and they think that, and it may not be true. They may grow up one day, but it's like the way that they were viewed, was like that. You're the opposite. It's like people always assume that one day you were going to be blah blah blah. I feel like the ones that mattered, like I said, the ones that I was talking about earlier, that will come towards you with good intentions to actually help and uplift you. Those people, it's like even when they first meet you, they feel like they've known you forever. They feel like they've known that you've been this good person forever, even if you weren't. But that's a skill and a talent of yours. I don't know how you do this, but it's like you really give off really good vibes. Your energy seems very cleansed. It seems very like when you walk into a place, you're not bringing any resentment or hurt or whatever from anybody else that has nothing to do with that situation. So it leaves you open to really experiencing like everything that I heard life has to offer, because you're not tainted. You're not walking into places, woe is me, or I'm better than everybody, blah blah blah. No, it's like I feel like you wake up every day and there's like this clean state slate, or this clean mentality of like, okay, maybe yesterday was like this, but like let me do better, or let me blah blah blah. And like that's fucking dope. Like what? I haven't even gotten through all the cards. Like this is me just looking at like the first four cards here and feeling all of that. Like that's crazy. The moon, malachite, adventure and transformation. Some of you guys, though, you actually did grow into yourself and grow into your skills. So maybe that means that you have like a really interesting come up story. That could be used for something, right? To inspire, to teach, to, I don't know, make changes in your industry to make it easier for other people after you. Like I'm seeing a lot. I'm seeing a lot here in the way that you could really change things. I said something earlier about your ability to influence, but I'm getting something different here. Like this is the type of influence that makes people feel shit. You know what I mean? Like whoa, I could have that too, or I didn't know it could be that simple, or blah blah blah. Because you just seem like a good person. You want everyone to win. This is, yeah. I feel like a skill of yours is that you don't compare yourself like that. You're not looking at the person next to you or blah 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 what so and so is doing and comparing it to you. So you really do have your own niche. You really do have your own lane, and it's like you have your own. Oh, I heard something about trademark. Yeah. So you don't have to fight. You don't have to be super competitive with this or whatever, because I really do feel like I said, the right people, the right whatevers, they'll come towards you. Oh yeah. So this group is so dope, because I feel like the universe really does do a lot of work in the background for you. Your natural skill and talent or whatever is blessing is that your spirit guides are strong as fuck. I can get it. I get it in this group. I don't know what line you come from, but they got your back, I heard. Page of Swords. I also heard something about this group though. Because you are an emotional being, you know what it is to have silly, crazy thoughts. And so you can probably get yourself in the mind of certain people So I guess that would be really beneficial for anyone here that does like marketing or whatever, or sales, or has to do some sort of persuasion, even writing. Some of you guys could be really great writers, or your ability to make boring things sound interesting. I don't know. Malachite is a stone of adventure. It appeals to you. If it appeals to you, it's because the energy radiating is calling you to take a risk, to make a drastic change in your life. The stone gives you the courage and the strength to do just that. Malachite. That's you. That's you. Yeah. So, a natural strength and talent of yours as well is your ability to get into the mind of other people and motivate them. Similar to, I think it was card number two, but card number two did it in like I don't know, it was like in an emotional way, like where they were tapping into their secrets and like, kind of exposing them in their own mind and like using it for their benefit. And I feel like for this group more so, it's like the interactions that you have with people, again, your ability to make them feel so comfortable and safe is that they will reveal these things to you. They will, I don't know, vent even. And your way of getting them to see what they were harping on or whatever in a different light is actually really helpful. So I feel like in this group, your path to like wealth and abundance is actually through other people, helping other people or getting them to see something, whether you're doing it directly or not. You know what I mean? You could just tell your story and maybe that helps people if you don't want to, be so close one on one. But I really get like the impact that you leave on people is your way. That's your way. You know what I mean? So don't think that you're small or like what you have to say isn't important or, won't matter. Because, like I said, it will matter to the right people. This is crazy. The moon card here. Wow. Some of you guys, you can keep a secret. Or you can see things that most people don't. Because, in the moon card, it actually talks about, things that are hard to see at night. At night it's really dark. You can't always see everything. Sometimes you just see shadows and things are a little bit distorted. But I heard something about you is that, I don't know, you could be a poet, or you could, like, your way of putting things is so interesting. These are skills and talents that you could use. I'm really excited to see your extended because what's coming soon, we might have to look at the recent past for you, because I heard you might have did something recently that was like good. I don't know if you paid it forward in some way, you gave someone a good pep talk, you just are a really loving person, great partner, you did something really great with your work or whatever. But I heard soon what you're getting is because of something like that. So we'll look at that in the extended too. I hope this resonated. If it did, give it a like. Come back for another one on my channel. I go live pretty often, and the extended for this will be on Patreon. You can buy it as an individual, purchase to access it, or you can be a member. The extended tiers is $5 a month. And if you want to access your zodiac signs love reading, I do those every single month for every zodiac sign. So you can watch for your sun, moon, Venus, whichever, and that's $3 a month for whichever zodiac sign you choose. So yeah, I'm gonna close it out now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being dope. Thanks for allowing me to do this awesome read. Like, this is really beautiful. The sun, the moon, Six of Cups, the Empress. I feel like you could really have the power to change a lot of lives, to touch a lot of people in this group. And that is a natural skill and talent that you have. And yeah, again, every single group's extended is going to be super dope. So yeah. Bye. If you want a personal reading from me, check out my Etsy page. And don't forget to check out the deal I'm doing on there for a cheap read. Bye.